My name's Kelsey and I just bought a house. Let me tell you about my experience. So I'm from Boston. About 2 years ago, I moved from Boston to Nashville. I jumped right into an apartment because honestly, I wasn't ready to buy a house right away. Then I started talking to my friends and I realized what I was paying for rent was more or just about what they were paying for their home. Of course, that's frustrating when they're paying towards something every month and I'm just throwing away rent money every single month. So then, a couple years later after I moved here, I started finally looking on realtor.com and looking at all those websites saying, maybe it is a good idea to buy a house. But I know that the Nashville real estate market is really hot right now and prices in Nashville are so high. So I had been searching on the websites, many websites, for different houses in the Gallatin, Hendersonville area. This is kind of where I knew I wanted to settle down. When I finally felt I was ready to buy a home, I looked online and found one that I loved. I contacted Pam and Lisa, who are buyer's agents in Gallatin, Tennessee, and the next day they got me an appointment to see the townhouse that I'm sitting in right now. When I walked in the house, I was immediately in love with this place. But of course, I know that I kind of jump to things pretty quickly, just like moving to Tennessee. I'm a little impulsive, so I really put my trust in them to act as devil's advocates and ask me those tough questions that you may not want to hear when you think you're in love with something. So Pam and Lisa took me to see not only this townhouse that night, but also 2 houses that had fenced-in yards for dogs and, gave me a different aspect that a townhouse doesn't give. And being Gallatin real estate agents, they really knew the market and they could really match that appraisal price. They knew their stuff, I'll say that. So when we walked into this house, I'm trying to remember the first feeling I got. I felt wonderful. I loved the place. It was decorated very nice, but Pam and Lisa urged me to look beyond the decorations, look at the house, look at the quality. And even after seeing those other 2 houses, I still loved this place. So later that evening, we decided to put a first bid on the home. So Pam and Lisa ran the comps. We thought the list price was a little too high, but I was stubborn and I really wanted this townhouse. So we offered them the list price and they assured me that when the appraisal came back, we would get truly what the house was worth. Sure enough, the appraisal came back $20,000 lower than the list price. And really, Pam and Lisa saved me $20,000, and that's amazing. So if you're a first-time home buyer like me, I highly recommend Pam and Lisa with Accent Properties. They eased me through the whole process. They played a great devil's advocate because I knew I was stubborn and anxious to buy my first home. And they made something that I thought was impossible possible. Now that I'm getting everything decorated, I want to show you one last thing. I named him Nash because I love Nashville so much.